The 2020 Yamaha R3. Now this is a beautiful sports bike. I actually like the looks better than the R7 and the R1. I think they got the proportions on this bike just right. And a lot of people are going to call this a beginner bike or a bike to step up to. And actually, you really don't need to go anything further than this, than an R3. If this isn't quick enough for you, then you're doing something wrong. I found this to be plenty fast for any road that I was going on. I never felt like I needed more power. So to call this a beginner bike, I mean, I get it. There's a lot of YouTubers out there that, they want clicks, they want attention, and they'll say things like that. But actually, you just really don't. Save your money. You don't need an R7 or an R6. This is all you need for the road, and you'll see later in the video. I'll show you why it's actually a little bit better to ride than something like that. Now this bike actually has ABS. I don't know if all of the Yamahas come with ABS. I think by now they should be coming with, like, every bike should be coming with ABS. It's it's just a great feature to have. I never actually had the brake hard enough where the ABS kicked in, so I'm a careful rider. But I push it from time to time, but I've never had the brakes become an issue. I thought it just stopped just fine. The ride is actually a little more comfortable than your standard sport bike. Some of your sport bikes, like the R7, I couldn't even sit on that bike. It was just too lean forward. This is, you still got that lean forward aggressive stance, but it's not too bad. You can actually manage that pretty well, and it can be pretty comfortable once you get used to learning the bike and how to sit on it. But beautiful bike. Love it. Love the color. This, I think, Yamaha Racing Blue, I think, is the name of the color. And the videos, they never do it justice on a motorcycle, but it's actually a very nice looking bike. Rides excellent. The handling and the suspension is what you would think. It's a sport bike, so you're going to have a stiffer, sportier suspension, and it's trying to keep the react and keep the tires on the ground. So it's doing what it needs to do. But if you're looking for a cross-country, very comfortable cruiser bike, well, this obviously is not the bike. This is a bike if you want to feel like a MotoGP racer and run out there in the streets and push yourself. Within reason. You want to be careful. You're still on the street. But it definitely gives you that feeling, that that sense when you're leaned over and stuff. It's just it's a lot of fun. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you a little bit more about the bike and why you'd want something like this over like an R6. Or I like this better than the Ninja 400 just because of looks alone. So I know the Ninja has a little more, but you don't really need any more than this. It's it's just perfect for the road. And the reason I wouldn't suggest this for a beginner bike, I suggest a Honda Gram. Honda Gram or Kawasaki makes a 125, and so does CF Moto. But those are the types of bikes you want to learn on if you've never been on a bike before and you want to learn how to control a clutch, how to lean a bike, how to stop. There's a lot to learn there, and I wouldn't start out on a bike like this. Because you're going to be a little more leaned over. It might be a little awkward in it. Maybe it would scare you away from riding. So I would start on something like a Gram to learn the basics. But once you got the basics down, this is a great bike to take on and just keep for as long as you want a sport bike. You really don't need to go any more than this. And this is going to really get you from that beginner bike feeling to a skill level of intermediate or even advanced. And it's been a lot of fun. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to splice in a video here of me riding, and I'll talk over it to explain what I mean about the ride and why it's a great bike to have. Okay, here we are in fourth gear right now. This is a nice winding road, and the GoPro could be a little bit difficult to see some of the hills and the swerves. But here I am in third gear because I want to get my RPMs up. You can see we're coming up a hill and around a corner. And this is just a lot of fun. So I keep it in third just to keep the RPMs up. And then as we come out of there, I will come into fourth gear and then just continue to cruise along. And as we come around this corner right here, then I will bring it back down to third to keep those RPMs up. So you can see I'm in third gear right now. It's kind of a tight turn. It can be a little difficult to pick up on the camera, but we're actually kind of up a little bit of a hill, and there's that suspension right there too. You used to get that stiff suspension for the for a sport ride. And I was up into fourth gear. Now I'm probably going to kick it back down into third gear. Yeah, I'll be in third gear. Coming around this corner up a hill, kind of a tight hill, tight corner. And then we're another corner coming up ahead. Then I'll be back into fourth gear and then just winding out. And see, this is what I mean about this type of bike. You can just, it gets you to go up and down the gears and really ride in a more advanced way. And it's just a ton of fun. Okay, so here we are back in the driveway, and what am I going to be doing with this bike? Well, I've just been going on and on about how much of a great bike it is and how much I love it, and I'm actually selling this bike. And the reason I'm selling this bike, it has nothing to do with the bike itself. It's really to do with me. I'm getting older, and I'm looking for something that's just not a sport bike, basically a comfortable bike. The bike I'm getting is completely different than this. It's actually not as fast or not as powerful, so it's not a matter of power or performance. This has got plenty, and it's just a different style altogether I'm going for. So that's why I'm selling this bike, and you'll find this on Marketplace, and if you look in the Bristol County area of Massachusetts, and search for Yamaha R3, you'll be sure to see this, and you can get it while it lasts. The riding season's just starting, and I got a couple of extras I'm going to throw in with this as well. So now's the time to get out there and ride, and if you're looking for a sport bike, this is the one.